Surprise bill? Need fast funds? CashNet USA can help. When you need money fast, be the hero.
Apply in minutes at cashnetusa.com and get a fast decision. All loans subject to lender approval. Speed of funding is subject to verifications and your bank's processing times.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hello, friends and listeners. I'm Natalie Jean, and I, along with Amber Nelson, host the show Place Under Neith, the show that you are, in fact, currently listening to. We are on a season break at the moment, and so in the meantime, we are uploading our live streams from Twitch over to this feed. The Twitch shows are Wednesday evenings at twitch.tv/LPNTV, and then they will be uploaded to this feed a couple days later. So if you're new here, we do have much more structured shows during the seasons, but right now in between, you can listen to us spout off about current events and news stories that are happening right now. So thank you guys so much for your patience, for your patronage, and for your focus and attention while you fold your laundry. Someplace underneath. It's like a sharp, like glass feeling pain, and then you just have to try to not use it, and then eventually it will heal. You can't do anything about it.
Does it pop? We're talking about breaking a toe. Because I said break a leg, and she's a dancer, and you're not supposed to say that because they could actually break legs. So you say mared. Mm-hmm. You say mared. So you've broken a toe?
I've broken several toes.
Oh, did you have to dance on them while they're broken?
You can't really. I mean, I did actually break a toe in the middle of doing a thing, but you can't really use them until they're better.
No, you just stay home, watch Price is Right all day?
You can't, you can't like put a cast on them or
Damn.
anything.
Oh, we got a hype train incoming. Toot, toot.
Oh, no,
toot,
it's coming.
toot,
The train's
toot.
coming. Stop. Oh God, no. Get off the track.
Get off the track. I wanted to have, in my dream home, a jacuzzi and a toy train set room. I want a room where I can make my little toy train sets with little people.
I honestly think that'd be fun as hell.
Yeah.
You're going to make a little village.
A little village. And honestly, the men that get involved in that, ladies, if you want a sugar daddy and you don't want to drink, don't go to the bars. Go to the toy train set stores. There's one in New York City.
The Hobby Lobby. Not Hobby Lobby. Don't do that.
Don't do
the
that.
Hobby Store.
The Hobby Store. Because I saw CEOs there on their lunch break, just being like, can I get the person in wearing blue? So go there.
Oh, and just they paint their figurines and stuff.
Yeah.
That's only making me think of Stephen Stearns, unfortunately. But I'm sure lots of really cool dudes are also doing that.
And also this is Uncle Sherry's gift. Look.
Yeah.
Uncle Sherry, thank you so much, baby. Look at it.
Oh, it's Amber's thank you song. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Someplace Underneath. I'm Natalie Jean.
I'm Amber Nelson.
I'm sorry, Eliza B17, that you had a terrible day. But we're going to talk about pretty terrible cases, so hopefully that will make it better.
Right, but we're going to tell a lot of people to go die, to go fuck off and die. Eat my ass and die. I'm probably going to say that 5 times this stream.
Eat their own ass. They don't deserve to eat your ass, Amber.
No, not my
it's
ass.
It's a gift.
That's true. Thank you, Natalie.
Yeah.
We're talking about, what's the first thing? Dating apps. I deleted my dating apps. I'm done. I'm off the market. And you know what? I like men more without the apps because I feel like people don't realize that there's a human being on the other side. And I was just getting so mad and mean and just being like, I hate men. And I don't want to be that person. I'm a lovely person. I don't want to hate men. I want to hate these people on these apps. And then I deleted it. I'm a joy to be around. I'm a delight.
I mean, I'm a joy, says I. You are. You're always a joy. But yeah, I don't like them. I'm very vocal to you that I don't like them, and I don't think you're going to meet a nice person on them, even though I'm sure some people do.
God bless.
But you said you were talking about Bumble. I don't know anything about this story, but you were saying that their stocks have plummeted.
Their stocks have plummeted. A lot of people are leaving dating apps. That's like the new hot thing. I think people are realizing that it's a place for predators to find easy prey, to be honest.
It just also dehumanizes everybody.
Just like we're shopping for people.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are leaving, especially women, and women are basically like what's being sold. They're sort of promoting a hookup culture, which please do hook up if you want, but realize that you are the product, especially if it's free.
And I'm sure there's a lot of guys who get fucked over on those apps too.
I'm sure, absolutely, yes. But there's a lot of people leaving them. Like, here's their stocks. I'm on Robinhood, no big deal. But here's a picture of their stocks this year.
What's Robinhood?
Robinhood's an investing app.
Oh, that's why I don't know what that is.
Look at that. Boom, down, down, down.
Well, but there was an ad campaign? Like, what happened?
So they had this ad campaign. So a lot of women are also going celibate. That's a new thing. And they don't like that. So they had these billboards that said, like, celibacy is not the answer. Like, shaming women for choosing their bodies, I guess, or whatever. And so I have a little TikTok on it. Fair warning, it is... I think the girl, James made a funny point. He's like, yeah, Bumble just wants to make money. And I was
that
like,
was Eric.
Sorry, Eric. I have to go. I'm sorry. It was Eric. But yeah, let's roll the clip.
Let's talk about the downfall of dating apps and how Bumble has contributed to it. First, let's address how dating apps lie to our faces. A business's ultimate goal is always to make money. And how do these apps make money? Through screen time so they can show you ads, in-app purchases, subscriptions for better app experiences and or perks. These dating apps are meant to help you find a partner, but once you find a partner, you no longer need to use the app anymore. And if you're not using the app, they're not making money off of you. So dating apps are not incentivized to actually help you find your partner, which is completely against their marketed reason for why you would use their app in the first place. Let's talk about the Bumble campaign because they really just exposed it and spelled it out for everyone. You know full well a vow of celibacy is not the answer. They outwardly ignore that you can be celibate and still date, thus furthering the perception of Bumble as a hookup app and not somewhere for someone to find a meaningful relationship. Not to say that there's anything wrong with a woman choosing to engage in hookup culture, okay, don't get it twisted. Thou shall not give up on dating and become a nun. Bumble's business has taken a hit, and through these campaigns, they are admitting the impact that women and things like the 4B movement have had on it. They did not campaign around telling men how they could improve and be more desirable partners to women and thus get women on these dating apps. Instead, they made a campaign telling women to pretty much be more open to dating around and hooking up and get back on the dating apps. This is because the hookup culture they promote is what's going to generate them more money, and a lot of men on these dating apps are already on board with it. And when women realize what these apps are doing and think, hey, maybe I'm not going to find what I was looking for on these, and they leave, the app is losing money because their product is leaving. In Q4 2023, Bumble reported a $32 million net loss. And now on Bumble, men can message women first, which goes completely against the whole main point for Bumble.
Sorry.
No, yeah, you're right.
I no offense to this. She's not wrong. I think we do know that the apps are made for profit. Which is fine.
I probably picked out the wrong video. I'm sorry.
Amber, God damn it.
No.
Why did you do this?
I don't know. I'm sorry. But yeah, they are for profit. They should make profit, but it's weird that the ad campaign's weird.
It's weird.
I don't like it.
If you're just listening, it is, I had never seen them, but they are, I know this gets thrown around a lot, but it's very 1984, where it's just this big block letter being like, vow of celibacy is not the answer. Yeah. You don't want this.
Give up your bodies to men that will call you a hoe. Yeah.
But also it's just, it's a little bit aggressive, and also some people don't want to have sex, and that's okay.
That's fine. And also you can be on a dating app and not have sex.
I just like to see the person in the boardroom who came up with this ad campaign idea.
Let's shame women.
It's not even just women. It's like, yeah, of course it is. I get that aspect as well. But a lot of people just don't want to have sex, or maybe they're like going through something and they don't want to be on the apps, and then having this weird billboard in front of you being like, "Fuck you, you idiot! Yeah. What's wrong with you? Get out! You put you get your penis out. You put it."
Yeah, we're all sucking and fucking over here.
Yeah, it's a strange move. I don't know who would have thought that would have went over well.
You're not cool unless you've got cum in your tummy. Am I right? It's cool,
See,
kids.
Amber, you should be running the ad campaigns for Bumble.
That's right.
Yeah, you ain't cool unless there's crusted cum all over your shirt and hair.
That's
in
correct.
The morning.
No Yo Brown Yo. Yeah, the 4B movement is a Korean thing. I can't speak a lot to it because I'm not Korean, but they're just decentering men from their lives. It is a very sort of patriarchal, old-fashioned society, and I think a lot of women are like, you know what? Maybe I just want to like live my life.
Yeah,
and that's it's also a contingent thing because they might have some. I don't know. Can't really speak a whole lot on it.
Yeah, no, I what is it called? 4B?
4B, yeah. Because there's B's, a letter of each something to do with like no babies, no marriage.
Brains, beauty,
No brains,
breeding, bounty. That's from Crybaby.
Yep.
The different 4Bs. I think that's stupid. I think it's stupid that they did that, and it does probably not going to help drive people to their site.
No, delete the apps, people. Meet someone in real life.
Go to the train store.
Go to the train store. Go to the train.
Grassroots, start your own beauty pageant that's all genders.
That's right.
That's what I said we should do at LPN.
An all-gender beauty pageant?
Yeah, an all-gender beauty pageant. Because we were just talking about Chad Daybell's death penalty sentence. And when we were talking about Chad, we, of course, had to talk about Lori because they go together. Right. They're very important in the Bible. So Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow, of course, murdered a bunch of their family on either side. They both murdered their spouses and some children. There's some other, it's contested, but it's probably the case that they murdered, in my mind, that they murdered Lori's brother, possibly one of Lori's other husbands. There's a huge long line of bad stuff happening.
She's too pretty to murder.
I know. You would think. Her abs are just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But so I was showing Amber some of the footage of Lori Vallow, who's not currently, she doesn't have the death penalty. It was off the table for her, but she's going back to court for another death. I think her husband's death. Which was initially she wasn't being charged with it originally. And now they're going back and she might be up for the death penalty for that. But Chad Daybell just received his sentence. And, let me first show you his photo. So this is a picture of him receiving the information that he has received the death penalty. And I know somebody online mentioned that he looks like he's sitting on the toilet waiting for somebody to bring toilet paper to him. Like he doesn't have any, which I think is a really appropriate statement for this image of him. He sort of just sits like that for most of the trial. But yeah, he just doesn't, there's no expression on his face. He just looks like his pants are around his ankles and he's like, oh boy, oh no, this is a predicament. What am I going to do? But he's just going to sit on death row probably. I doubt he's really going to be sent. His actual death is not going to happen anytime soon. I've also heard somebody saying online, and so it must be true, that you can still technically get killed by firing squad in that state.
I love that. Like, please. And also they have one person does not have a bullet in their gun. And that's so all this firing squad people have a conscience at the end of the day. I think it's the most humane. Better than don't electrocute me.
But I don't think they do that anymore. Does the electric chair still happen? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's usually through IVs. I don't know.
Oh, like liquid injection? That sounds really painful. Like, what are you putting, Febreze in my veins?
I mean, you probably could do that way. I've never tried, but
no.
So he's going to be facing that. Lori may in the future, but I was showing Amber old videos that have been circulating around the two of them, and Lori was on many platforms before her decision to become a family annihilator. And she was once on Wheel of Fortune, which is a really fascinating, you can Google that, it's everywhere. But she talks about one of the children on it who she ultimately ended up killing.
Right.
And she also was in this beauty pageant, and she has a really interesting thing to say. This is not new footage, but Amber had never seen it, so I thought maybe some of you hadn't either. But this is Lori Vallow a long time ago.
They are your contestants for Mrs. Texas 2004.
In 2004, Lori was recruited to do the pageant.
Contestant number 4, Lori Ryan.
Lori does not lack for confidence. She was bold enough to get up on stage at a Texas beauty pageant.
is Mrs. Hayes County. Her husband's name is Joseph.
Doesn't look like she has
They married
organs.
for
How does her
3
stomach get
and a
so
half
flat?
years.
I don't know.
They have 2 children.
That stance looks like a
About
boxer.
Presenting yourself well and
That's her
having
terrifying
She
power.
looks crazy.
She is.
And she worked really hard to get in perfect shape.
I don't know really what prompted her to want to do the pageant, other than it gave her kind of an outlet.
And she thought that might help her marriage at the time. Lori does have stage presence. She's very poised. She did everything beautifully.
Tell us who you are. What makes you tick? Being a good mom is very important.
Those are some
to me,
2000s
and a good
brows.
Wife and a good worker, and being all those things together is not easy. So I'm basically a ticking time bomb.
Oh yeah, she did murder families, and her husband,
Her kid.
he
Two of her
cut
children.
the kid up. He cut him up, right?
Chad, he did help. Yeah, he did. It's a really gruesome burial scene. And yes, Rob Hucker, I agree, abolish the death penalty. I don't support it or believe in it at all, even for that quote melty fucknut, which I really like that description. Not to mention, he'll probably get better treatment in prison because he's on death row.
Right,
he
and
gets to be isolated.
if you kill him soon, he's going to go to heaven. That's what he wants.
I know. I don't know why they're so against this. I thought they would be like, yes, finally,
Yes, I get to go with my maker. Because it's what's 144,000 or something.
he and his lovely wife, her fifth husband, his second wife, they believe that they are the leaders, of the 144,000.
That's not that many people.
No, it's almost like when you say that, it makes people decide to be pieces of shit to get to that very special.
Right.
It seems like a very cruel thing to do. And also it seems like, according to Lori and her family, God wants the hottest people. And like you have to be like washboard abs to get it in there, you know?
No uggos in
no
heaven.
So I don't know. Yeah, guys, I agree. I don't believe in the death penalty at all, but he got it. I don't know if you can say beforehand if you're going to be selected for a jury whether or not, like, I would say, I don't know if you're asked, but I would say I won't vote for the death penalty no matter what. Does that mean you get immediately eliminated as a jury person?
Right, if you're just like, I don't believe in it. Even though we haven't even gotten to that stage yet.
Yeah, I don't know if they ask that or not, actually.
Don't
Does anyone know?
Lawyers get to kind of pick, you know?
Yeah, they do. Carlos, please, 4077. Electric chair is still a choice for execution in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
Damn.
Those are not shocking states, I guess, to still have that. What that makes me think is that perhaps it's a very inhumane, cruel way to go based on the selections of states that still choose it.
It feels like you're a hot dog in the microwave. You know what I mean?
You think that's what it feels like?
Yeah.
Delicious hot dog.
Delicious hot dog. But getting your body crushed, I was telling Natalie, I was like, I bet that feels good for like 2 seconds. And then you're like, no! You know what I mean?
Like it's a massage?
A massage. And
Yeah.
then like your fucking chest pops. And like, like
oh, do you think the death
like
penalty
that.
should be sort of like those ceilings that come down like in Indiana Jones?
Right, it just crushes you.
But if you can figure out like the right lever,
it's
and
like
you
an
pull it
escape
back up,
room.
you can you get to go free. It's not funny, but you gotta laugh sometimes, guys.
That's
Come
right.
on.
Jenny 12 Gauge, this is why the firing squad is the most humane. Bullet to noggin, simple, instant, effective. I agree with you.
But like okay. You can technically be shot in many places in your body and not die. So what if you just, that could be agonizing for a couple seconds.
Right, what if you just got fucked up? I think they're pretty good at what they do, though.
Firing squads?
Right, they probably get the best. You would get, like, black ops to kill me. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to do this.
Oh, dart.
Oh, you can't get me.
Yeah, you're right.
Has anyone thought to do that? No, you just stand there. Come on, fight for it.
Do some hit training beforehand.
Right.
Do some drills. Yeah, so that's where we are with Chad right now. We're going to see what Lori's trial ends up being. I don't know if they have had a date set for that or anything yet, but she's going to go back. And I still think that she is in that place where she just thinks she is right? And everyone else is kooky.
Right. I bet she's just kind of like, I can't believe I'm even going to prison for this or getting, I can't believe all I did was kill my children.
Her statement is really hard to listen to.
Is it a lot of like, I'm sorry you feel that way?
Kind of even worse. She one of the things that made me the most angry about her, whatever they call it, commencement speech before they gave her sentence, she talks about how her and Chad's wife, who they murdered so she could have sex with him, is her friend in heaven, and they love each other.
Messy.
It's fucking gross.
It's drama in heaven.
She also talks about how like happy her children are and all this stuff. It's really awful. Chad chose not to say anything, which is for the best. He's not gonna be compelling, you know? He's just gonna be like, well, I'm sorry you feel this way, but you're gonna pay when I'm the boss in heaven. I'm gonna push you out of heaven. Maybe I do wish he said something. That would have been fun.
Well, he's so dumpy. How does a dumpy man get such a wife with his abs? What did he do?
I'm going to say this because I know people get upset. Tammy was incredible and beautiful and really cool and way cooler than her husband. But my theory, which I've said before, is he was already in this. He was an NDE believer, which is a big thing in the LDS church, near-death experience. And so people who say they've had those are sort of revered in this weird way. And he wrote all of these god-awful, horrendous books that are all about these visions he's had and stuff. And Lori was already really into that stuff. She got into the really mystical side of the LDS stuff. And she saw Chad as this mythical creature man. And then when he was trying to convince himself that he was, yeah, let's just put his picture up again right there.
Swipe left.
Yeah. He was already convinced that he was this higher being. And then I think when Lori started paying attention to him, he was like, yep, I was right. Yep, this lady likes it. This lady with those abs. All right, I guess I'm doing something correct. When his wife was way too good for him, like 20 years ago, whenever they were LDS, so she married him out of the mission that he was on, and she was too young to know any better that she should have been able to get a much better husband.
It's almost like a lot of religion doesn't really care so much about God, but just about making sure these dumpy ass dudes get young, hot wives.
Amber, no.
What?
Amber.
No.
Amber.
That's crazy.
Oh,
shame.
How dare you?
Shame.
Sounds like witch talk again. No, it's kind of unfortunately true. Yeah, Sangreya. I think the electronic photo frames that pop up around Mother's Day are missing out on best marketing policy. Fuck death penalties. Stick Chad in a room with one of those for all the victim statements on a loop. Yeah, I mean, for real, because the victim statements were heart-wrenching. I cried. And he just stoic, didn't shed a single tear as all of these people talked about how their lives were destroyed by what he did, and didn't care at all. He just sat there with like twiddling. He looked exactly like he looked when he was getting the death, just like a little, like he was farting.
Like a true psychopath. I know that word gets thrown around a lot, like my ex was a psychopath, but like that's him.
He's something.
He's something.
Welcome to Birch Lane, where you can find a fresh take on classic furniture and decor. Every piece is handpicked and crafted to last for years to come. At Birch Lane, you can explore everything from outdoor sets to living room furniture and everything in between. And get fast, free shipping. It's classic style for joyful living. Shop now at birchlane.com.
Vitamin Water Zero Sugar has great taste, zero BS, and obviously zero sugar. For those with zero room in their calendar, zero patience for slow walkers, those who get 0 hours of sleep on a Saturday night, have zero filter, zero given, and zero interest in grabbing a plain, boring water. Grab a delicious Vitamin Water Zero Sugar today.
Speaking of something, Have you guys been following this 7M? Cult. Again, another word that gets thrown around, but I feel like it's pretty apt here. We talked about it briefly on the show before, but Netflix put out what I consider to be a very good documentary. I recommend watching it. I think it's 3 parts. 7M is essentially a TikTok cult that sounds silly and like, okay, whatever, but it's like actually really dark. And, it's never going to turn out great if the person who's your manager is also your pastor and you belong to a church and a talent management company and all wrapped in one. Does that sound healthy to anybody else?
No. And they take 60%. Is that what you said?
So
managers take 10. What are you doing in this cult?
So the Netflix documentary did a really good job of breaking this down, but essentially they have the normal management fee of 20%. And then they have something called 10-10-10, which is 10% tithing, 10% blah, blah, just making up stuff, just like for God. But also tithing's different.
I got to put gas in my car. Yeah, 10%.
So they, at minimum, they give over 50% of their income. A lot of them give way more than that, sort of by force. But one of the really fucked up things, so this church is run by this guy. You want to pull the article up? His name is Shekinah, I believe is how you say his name, Shekinah. So he is this guy who had apparently already had a Korean church 20 years ago. He's essentially been doing this for a long, long time, right? According to this doc, he started a Korean church in California. He had this flock and it turned really terrible. It became very isolating. He started taking money from everybody. And there's family members from that church who speak on the documentary who managed to escape. But unsurprisingly, sadly, there was a bunch of financial abuse, SA, coercion, all kinds of stuff. Once he kind of got in trouble with that, he was making a lot of money doing this church, but he kind of had to disappear and rebrand himself. And he decided he wanted to get into show business and also be a church. So
they all do. A lot of like true assholes want to be in show, but like Kim Jong-un loves show business.
A lot of preachers.
Dictators, yeah.
And preachers. But he basically tried to do a bunch of different little avenues and then eventually found his way, right place, right time for TikTokers. He started...
TikToker sounds like a slur. I'm sorry.
I mean, it kind of is. Right? Not like streamers who are really cool.
Right.
So he had kids and young adult kids and people who followed him still, who started reaching out to all these dancers and pulled them into this man's circle and convinced them to start showing up to these dinners where they would read the Bible the whole time, but also say like, so basically he drew them in saying, you need to reconnect with God, and then be like, also, I can manage you. So I'm going to give you I'm going to preach over you. I'm going to do all this stuff, but also let's make some fucking money with Charmin.
Right. God loves those high kicks.
And so they started collecting these incredibly, if you go to LA, it's one of the meccas of dance. You're going to see some of the most incredible athletes and performers here. And so there's all these amazing dancers who were not sure how to market themselves. And on the surface, you're like, okay, a management group just based around that might be a little predatory, but you could probably, you'll make some cash doing that. There's a lot of dance management groups already in LA, but he took it to this level where he created a community, and he said he would tell all of these dancers, if you want to succeed and you want to be with God, which apparently go hand in hand, you have to die to yourself, I think is how he calls it.
Oh, like destroy your sense of identity. Got it.
Yeah, I mean,
he
essentially says the quiet part out loud. I think it's die unto yourself. But in doing that, that means you have to cut out every other person that's ever been in your life who's not in the church.
Oh, sure. Just taking you away from your family? Yeah.
Yeah, but he's preying on these really hungry, talented, want to make it young adults. So they're all in their late teens to early 20s when he gets them in. And so they're kind of also looking to this guy as like a a god figure and also a mentor and all this stuff. And so they're like, okay. And suddenly you're doing all of this stuff. And then suddenly you don't talk to your family or friends anymore. And suddenly he owns part of your house. And suddenly you're doing weird favors for him that feel kind of sexual and uncomfortable. But also he's the god guy.
Right.
And he's given us so many. I mean, they got on the Ellen show. They got commercials with car companies.
Whoa.
Like what could be, of course we have to, be grateful for that.
And like LA is so separate. Everybody feels so lonely, and we need community. We need to huddle around a fire and like tell stories. That's how we evolved. So that's why you see a lot of cults specifically coming out of California.
I mean, for sure. And people who, it again appeals to us who like to be
jazzy,
clapped for. You know what I mean? And so Elizabeth 17, oh my God, that 7M doc made me realize I was raised in a high control Christian dance studio, dude.
High control Christian dance studio?
That really exists. There's a lot
Really?
of, yeah, totally.
Like say your prayers and do your spins?
I don't know about that specific instance because I don't know your full story, but there's a lot of dance schools that center themselves on God, and there's a specific kind of dance called liturgical, which is some people are only permitted to do liturgical dance, which is like doing a lot of this,
like a pop and lock. Oh, like a Martha Graham,
but like less hips and.
Oh, is it kind of like it? Oh my God, yeah, like at church they would have these like stories about this girl had premarital sex, and then like people would come and dance in like outfits.
Usually liturgical dances, they look like big angel outfits, and then they do like,
I mean, you do a great job.
And there's really good dancers who are in that community.
But it can go cheesy really fast.
But anytime you add God plus a passion, it can go south really fast.
Are there model trains people? I don't think so. Again, model train for the win.
But think about a train through heaven, like a mini heaven. That would be pretty sick, dude.
Oh my God. But yeah, I kind of want to see those dances now.
Yeah, but you can find them easy. Demon Lemur Neck Ballet is a cultiness to it. Absolutely. I mean, when we covered Dusty Button, you saw a lot of that aspect of it. And there's a lot of issues with people who own dance studios or dance teachers being sort of revered in a way where they have access to kids, and you should not distrust everyone, but you have to be really careful with that kind of thing. Like the guy Dusty Button's married to was allowed to be, in a studio with a 13-year-old alone late at night because they had to practice.
Right.
That's a red flag.
And because it's easy for the parents to be like, well, she needs to practice for the big recital.
Well, he's really gifted and he's really gotten a lot of dancers high rankings and competitions, so I guess we need to. Yeah, it's not that different. Colorado is a hub for cults. Yeah, for sure. 7M, a lot of the dancers who were in it initially started to get weird vibes, obviously, because stuff was really weird in there. And there is a specific dancer whose name is Miranda Derrick. And her family, the reason we ended up talking about it at one point, it might have been on a stream, might have been on an episode, was because her family literally was the family that came on him and like, we don't know what else to do. Our daughter is in a dance cult and we can't talk to her anymore, and we're worried. We've run out of options, so we're literally taking this to the internet. And those videos took off and they went everywhere. They were on the news. They were on all over social media. And so some of the dancers credit those initial videos being like, oh, something's wrong here. And a bunch of people left. However, the family who did that's daughter is still deep in this 7M thing. And if you want to pull that article back up, so this is Miranda, and she has a sister who was brought into the cult initially and then didn't like it and left. Miranda, however, was married off. She might really love this guy. I don't know, but they seem to be married off to each other, who was another community member of 7M.
Right.
His name's B.
Arthur.
It's like not B Dubs. What is it? Somebody knows. It's like B. It's like a cool name. He's a crumper.
What's a crumper?
It's a kind of dance that stems from hip hop culture. It's that.
iDubbbz?
No, it's crumping is sort of like, it's close to popping, but it's not. It's sort of like a based in, it's very intense, but it's really beautiful. And it's based in street dancing, but I love it.
Is it kind of like when fraternities and sororities, when they lift their knee up and clap underneath their leg?
Oh, that's, no, that's.
Stomping?
Not stomping. Oh my God.
Stepping?
Stepping. Thank you. That's called stepping. Yeah. No, that's different.
Okay.
El Condor passed to 69. Did you ever see any cultiness as a dancer, Natalie? Man, not exactly, but yes, in a weird way. I'm going to eventually, I want to write a book. There was some really weird stuff that I experienced in the dance world, mostly with the parents.
Mm-hmm. Because they tried to push you down some stairs so their daughter got
different, real weird.
Are they the dads were liking you?
Kind of, but different too. It was a lot of intermingling.
Yeah.
I can't really talk about it right now, but
let's not get into it. Yeah,
it's really interesting, and there was a weird, not cult around a couple of the teachers, but you see the makings of it.
Right. Well, dance, you get very close and you're sweating, you smell each other's pheromones. So yeah, now I think about it, you can have a dance cult. It's easy, you bond together.
And I will say, that's not always a negative. It can be a really positive experience to be in physical space with people and sharing movement and stuff like that. That's not always a negative. I think a lot of dancers would agree that's actually a lot of times really beautiful and incredible. But if you have one bad actor running the ship, it can go squirrely pretty quick. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of weird dance studio culture is a thing for sure. So this chick Miranda ended up getting married to one of the guys in the thing, and they have not left. And the two of them have had a bit of, I don't know what I wouldn't call it, a shit show, but the doc does a really good job of revealing audio of some of this guy's sermons and how he basically specifically instructs them when to talk to their family and when not to, the ways that you should address their families coming forward, and including saying things like her husband is a black man, and they posted the reason they don't talk to her family anymore is because they didn't agree with the relationship, which they adamantly deny that they were actually very excited and welcomed him into the family and all this stuff. But then you hear these sermons of this preacher saying to do that online, basically to fight against the rumors that they're doing something culty, is to manipulate people online with the family's bad, actually. That's why she doesn't talk to them anymore. That kind of stuff. It's really, really heartbreaking because the family seems quite lovely and they care a lot. A lot of these people's kids who are still in their families are very caring and really love their children and are trying really desperately to get them out, but they're really mentally in there. But a lot of the people did leave. So we're going to see. He's going to be facing a bunch of lawsuits, this guy who runs the church. I definitely, again, recommend watching the documentary. But he's got a lot of legal issues going forward. But he's also trying to sue people, too. He's one of those guys where he's just
always suing and threatening to sue.
Yeah. Ugh. Yep.
I get away from those people fast.
Yeah.
I'll sue you. I'll sue you. You go sue you. Sorry.
Who are you looking at? You looking at Tirzo?
The camera.
You're looking straight at Tirzo.
No, what am I going to sue Tirzo for? You made me laugh too much.
You're too silly. Next is Tomahawk. I found the sister of the woman in the cult on TikTok, and she talks about her experience with it. Yeah, her sister is really openly vocal, and it's really a bummer because her and her sister were I thought they were twins, but apparently they're what they called Irish twins. What's it called?
Oh, that's when you're born 9 months apart.
Yeah, they go boom, boom.
Mom
so
and
they're
Dad
really
were
close.
Busy. Sorry.
In that time period, they were getting it on, guys. Whoa. So they were really close, and they actually had their own channel as the sisters, and they were both dancers. And then this kind of split them apart in a really horrible way. 'Cause sometimes people are allowed to not talk to their family. That's not the issue. It's the fact that she just suddenly stopped speaking to them apropos of nothing, and also cut off everyone she's ever known, and is giving all her money to this man who's credibly been accused of SA like 100 times.
Oh my God. Ew.
Yeah. So check that out if you guys haven't. It's a really sad but very interesting story, and we're sort of in the midst of it, but Netflix, I feel like, did a really good job with talking about it.
Hey, this is Jeff Lewis from Radio Andy, live and uncensored. Catch me talking with my friends about my latest obsessions, relationship issues, and bodily ailments. With that kind of drama that seems to follow me, you never know what's going to happen.
You can listen to Jeff Lewis live at home or anywhere you are. Download the SiriusXM app for over 425 channels of ad-free music, sports, entertainment, and more. Subscribe now and get 3 months free. Offer details apply.
Dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. Unlike other brands, Ollie offers 5 flavors that are as nutritious as they are delicious, all made in U.S. kitchens without harmful fillers or preservatives. Head to ollie.com, tell them all about your dog, and use code HAPPYPUP to get 60% off your welcome kit with a bonus. You'll get a storage container for a mess-free experience, and it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee if your dog doesn't lick the bowl clean.
This is such a weird sidebar, but I wanted to talk about this because I had just seen this. Very different topic, but
also different topic. Sorry.
What?
Never mind. I said the wrong thing.
I'm going out of order because I wanted to talk about this. It's really weird and funny. Kind of. It's sad, but
Butterball Man.
Have you? Yes. Have you heard? Has anyone heard of Jason Rapert? Jason Rapert. He's from Alabama. Mm-mm. He is a gentleman who Sarah Huckabee is boys with. So immediately, I hope that gives you an idea of who we're working with here.
Okay.
He was, I believe, on the local Senate. He did some government job, lost his election, and then Sarah Sanders brought him into her cabinet. I don't know what you call that. To be on the board of libraries for Arkansas. And he has a nice little, internet show like we all do. And he talks about his experiences. And so this man was put onto the library board to help, I guess, keep us all safe from books. And this is this is a little snippet of what he said on his show.
Now, many of you know that a few months ago, I was appointed to the Arkansas State Library Board by Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Governor Sanders called upon me. There's a problem in Arkansas, right here in some of our small towns, with people that have gotten so blinded from the truth. So I was asked to serve on the Arkansas State Library Board. You know what? The very first meeting that I served on there, and I'm the only white male on the board.
Okay, whatever.
And I believe they've created a hostile work environment for a Christian white male on the board.
So what?
Because they absolutely can't stand it that I'm speaking up to say we need to do something about these nasty books. Because I am absolutely sharing the truth with you. And do you know there are those that don't want you to know the truth? In fact, I was told that there's some people within the board, the Arkansas Library Board, I was advised, given a tip, that there were some of them that were trying to silence me. They don't want me talking to you, Arkansas. They don't want me talking to you, America. telling you what we've discovered.
I don't understand why he's so upset. Like,
you know what my favorite are the nasty books.
Nasty books.
Those nasty books.
Nasty books. What's the Boy in the Red Wagon or whatever that fucking, or the Catcher in the Rye? Go read Catcher in the Rye and go to sleep. Who cares?
I imagine maybe he means the books. Those words in some of them books have 9, 10 letters in them. I don't know what they say. How is one to know what that means? And those nasty
books. Nice. Well, you're supposed to read from other perspectives. You know, he's probably thinking of books like Persepolis, where you're seeing a girl from Iran go through the revolution. You're kind of seeing it from her eyes and experience. You can't have that.
I'm going to go on a limb, and he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Has he read a single book from this list that he's so worried about? Absolutely not.
He keeps talking about the truth. Like, what is the truth? I don't know what you mean.
I don't think he would be able to explain that if you asked him to his face.
Nasty books.
Nasty books. Apparently, he's been refusing to go to the meetings in person and he ends up on Zoom, and he just starts over speaking everyone and holding a Bible up, which is ironic because what's in the fucking Bible, buddy?
It's a book.
Have you read the Bible?
No.
It's filled with rape and incest and abortions. There's all kinds of stuff going on in there. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
Have you actually read? So many of these people I challenge, have they ever read the Bible?
No, they haven't.
I don't believe him. I don't believe that man has read the Bible all the way through. I also don't believe he's read a single one of those books that people are talking about. And also, why? Why is he on the library board?
Yeah, how did he get? He's just he's a cunt. He's a little bitchy cunt that's mad. He's not getting his little sassy way all the time, and he's not showing up and just taking up space. Like, ugh.
He's definitely boys with the Huckabees. And
he needs to go to war.
Guess who else he's really good friends with?
Yeah, that's that guy. That's the little fuckerton.
Yeah, you got that picture?
It's we all know him.
Come on, who you guys?
Come on.
Think about Arkansas. Who do you think he's friends with? Who wants to take some guesses?
About
That's not great. Bill Clinton would be also not good, though.
I'll give you a hint. His family caught him watching porn and they made him dig a ditch. Do we
Anyone
not know?
in the chat?
Anybody? He molested his sisters. Anybody? Come on.
Anybody? Come on. He's very good friends with Josh Duggar.
That's right. God, can you imagine sucking Josh Duggar's dick? I feel like it'd be really tiny and like wiggly and like never gets fully hard.
Oh, God. Sorry, guys. I thought I sent you that picture over.
Yeah, I forgot to put it in here.
Oh, yeah. You'll get it. Yeah, you'll pop it up in there in a moment.
It'd be like putting a Vienna sausage.
Oh, there he is. Look at him. They're
Who's
hanging
that guy
out.
back there?
I don't want to know whatever guy that is.
He looks like he's on a Temu version of Cheers. That's what he looks like.
Where they have apple cider, virgin apple ciders. But also are comfortable slapping a woman,
right.
Wholesome values.
Right. We got to, have the line now. You can't have alcohol, but you got to hit those ladies.
Yeah. And you can't know everybody's past all the time who you're around. But, he was really into Josh Duggar. He actually tweeted once, enjoyed fellowship with my friend Josh Duggar and his family this weekend. He's doing great work for the country. That was right before all of the worst things came out.
Right. Great work. Like beating people up.
Yeah, he's done. It's like, anything that's the worst thing you could think of, he's pretty much done.
Why are these guys like, I don't know, it makes me upset. I'm sorry.
It can also just be, and it's, it's not just Christian people.
It's a lot of people, but it's weird that they're like, they prostate themselves. It's not a word about like, I am the righteous. Prostrate
I don't
themselves.
know. That might be wrong too.
I think prostate means a butthole.
Yeah.
So they butthole themselves into thinking like, I'm a great virtuous man. And a lot of women are in religions and they're like, he will save me. He'll save me if I just like play along. I will be taken care of. And then they're prey.
It's not, it's along those lines with Micah Miller, Micah Acacia, let's call her, because Miller is the name of the demon man who ruined everyone's lives. But JP Miller is just like that too. And, there's not a ton of updates right now on that entire story, but I can't stop watching everything I can find about it because I'm so mad for her and her family. And
this fucking guy.
Yeah, and
I could pick him up and throw him across the room, and I know I can.
He's also, the thing about him is that he emotionally and mentally manipulates people because, again, just like the 7M guy, just like a lot of these fucking people, he's the guy who says the stuff, and he's the top one, and he's the one who gets you get to heaven through him. And so he has gotten away with the worst crimes of humanity for like decades.
Embezzling money is like not even the bad one.
No, but that is the thing that right now he's being, the FBI is in town and they're investigating him, but it's mostly we think mostly for financial reasons because amongst other things, he co-owns a bar like a pastor does, and it's like allegedly a cash-only bar, and people have seen him carrying bags of money out, which is what I guess the FBI will pay attention to. Sure, financial crimes are what they if this opens the door to the other things, I'll take it. But both of his wives have decades of paper trails of police reports of begging to be protected and saved from him, and just fully nobody did anything.
Tell them about the ashes, Natalie.
This should not happen. I can't believe that this is legal, and I think the family is trying to change a law so this can't happen again. But Micah Miller, after she was found deceased, she had a restraining order against her husband, an active, open, bunch of police reports documenting that he threatened her and her family with guns, all this stuff. And yet he was the one who was able to give he made the choices about what her body was how it was going to be handled. So when they found her body, her family wanted to see her, of course. And J.P. Miller said, you can see her body, but you have to sign this piece of paper saying that I can get her cremated immediately.
It's like intimidation.
And I can imagine in those moments, the family is in such shock and grief that they went, I want to see, imagine withholding that from them. So he held that over them and said, you can, as long as you agree to let me have her cremated immediately, you can see her, your child and your sibling's face for the last time.
That's when you push past him and just go see her. I get it. I picture him in front of the door being like, no, can't, gotta sign the paperwork. Just push past him, go get it. But I guess you can't.
But in this situation, the way the laws are set up, he holds the rights over her body.
He controls her as property.
He does.
I forgot we're property. I'm sorry.
He does.
I forgot.
It's insane that man had a restraining order against him, and he still got to choose to have her cremated immediately.
And obviously hiding the evidence, but as a religious person, it feels like being cremated is more like atheist vibes, but or
at least at the request of the person. She didn't request to be cremated.
She wants to be in the dirt and be in heaven or whatever, and he just burn, let her burn. Fuck you, man.
It's just also a good way to hide evidence.
It's a good way to have it, and he's wearing her jewels around.
Yeah, so this is another fucked up thing. This man needs squashed so hard. He's been wearing one of her favorite pieces of jewelry around, and he's going on about how it's because it keeps her memory alive and he feels close to her and her family. And I think they're correct, is that they're saying he's doing that not because of love, but because it's a trophy for him. He gets to wear, he shot the deer, like you said, he's wearing the antlers. He gets off on it. He gets off on having control over her even in death. I hate him so much. I hate this fucking man. Yeah. And he is really isolated, which is nice. There's people stalking him 24/7, which good for them. But he's been taking to doing really weird things like dressing up like Spider-Man. Walking around. I know this is blurry, but if you look in front of the driveway here, it is a still. You can find some of the video online if you Google it. It is J.P. Miller walking around outside of his house in a full Spider-Man costume, including the head.
I think that's the most unhinged person to dress as this guy. Unless he was Batman, because then it's oh no, I get to go beat up homeless people or something. But which is all Batman does.
Have you ever seen Batman?
He just beats up homeless people. Call the police, buddy. Come on. Whatever.
I like that I think you should just rewrite what you think Batman is.
And there's the Joker girl, Harley Quinn. Too much.
Beautiful woman. She's so beautiful.
You would make a good Harley Quinn for like a costume.
Oh my God. But she's like so crazy.
She is. But you're not crazy, but it's like a Halloween thing.
Thank you. I'll take it as a compliment.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, guys. I hate I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad.
I hate that like the man that she wanted to get away from had control of her, even in death. She can't escape him.
He is the lowest scum. He is the lowest of low scum. He did a TikTok live. I don't think we're going to have time to get into that body baggins right now, but he's been appearing on things random. He did a live interview with a couple people. It's so bizarre. He's obviously spiraling, which fucking good for him. I hope that every day is fucking a living hell for you.
Yeah.
You piece of shit. He's still trying to hold sermons on Sundays, and there's still close to 50 people showing up to them.
50?
Yeah. It's whatever. Are
the women showing up?
I'm sure there's women. A couple of the people who've helped him commit a lot of the crimes, allegedly, there's a couple of them who are women.
Oh,
so
women, please.
Have been helping him cover shit up. The synopsis of his crimes is so hard to even encapsulate in one episode. I found a really good breakdown of all of them. I wish I could find it. There's a really good article that was put out by something called Post and Courier that breaks down the entirety of this story and everything that led up to it, including all the way back to JP's childhood, because his father is also a psycho, like bad man.
He would like go overseas and molest children.
He's still, he has here's a picture of his Bible college, Amber, if you want to look at it, that still is active right now in Myrtle Beach.
Ugh.
In a strip mall, All Nations Bible College and Seminaries, where his father has a Bible school. And, there's a lot of allegations from JP's former wife that he told her about all the stuff that man did to JP as a kid. And it's like, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Whoa. Trauma lasts generations.
Yep.
What does Earth Empress say?
Earth Empress, I'm a hospice nurse and I know some local funeral home owners in my area. Unfortunately, in instances like this, state law says that the next of kin is owner of the body, which is almost always the spouse if the deceased was married. Totally. And thank you for that information. And I don't hold that against the funeral homes or anything like that. I'm mad about the laws.
Yeah.
And I do think her family is actually trying to change a law so that if there is a restraining order against the husband, that he can't decide what to do with the body. Like, what the fuck? Why is that not already a thing? That's, I'm sorry, what? Somebody help me off this ledge. Why is that legal?
Natalie, no.
God, what is,
I have a fun video that might lighten the mood.
Wait, what time? Oh, we're almost, I didn't even get to Diddy.
Oh.
Didn't even get to him.
Next time. A lot of people talk about it. We'll get to him next time.
Yeah.
But we're having Tears of the Clown next. You got to tune in. They're going to be talking about whose butthole is tighter. And they're going to rate it.
Well, would you look at what the cat dragged in? Hello, princess. I just want to congratulate you on winning my competition. The prize? Only a one-way ticket to Freaksville. And I'm the freaking mayor. Prove it. Oh, baby. Just wait till we finish a bottle of red wine and I'm doing origami with your fallopian tubes. Is that enough proof?
This would work on me.
That's a scene from A Court of Thorns and Roses. Did you finally read the books?
No, it is.
Yeah.
He says, I'm going to do origami with your fallopian tubes. Oh, I was like, Natalie.
Yeah, those are the smut books we read.
Is that the thing you and Jackie went on that looks so beautiful?
Yeah, it's about that guy. I'm pretty sure that was parody, right? I think it was.
Yeah, it's a parody. It's
very funny.
He has a lot of
those. Do you say origami with fallopian tubes?
Yeah, he says, I'm going to do some origami with your fallopian tubes.
That doesn't sound pleasurable.
Like a blender in there.
Is that what some people think sex is?
I guess.
Just
I think it would work
shaking
on me,
it around, making a little crane.
That's right. I might be going through menopause. I haven't had my period in 2 weeks.
Don't listen to her.
I'm pregnancy, unless it's the baby Jesus, second coming. It's not it.
Nice.
I think I'm going through menopause.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep. There's no further. We don't need to check or anything. We'll just say it.
I think
you know what that means.
What?
No condoms, no birth control, bitch.
Raw dogging in my ancient years.
Actually, I guess you still need condoms because of all the other stuff. Yeah.
Right. Fuck.
Thanks for the subs tonight, Lord Oxium, Check Missy, Neo Leah 505, Jugs Judy 8. Or Jugs Judy 8 is a great name. Raven Hollow. Gifted a sub. Thank you. Anonymous. Tickle My Tuppence. Misery Pimp. Pain 346. Thank you for tuning into this.
Ooh, Pink Coffee Cake says,
episode.
my mother had 3 healthy babies in her 40s.
Yeah, it's very common. I was just arguing with you. It's not this uncommon, crazy thing. Lots of women have babies in their 40s, healthy, without a bunch of money.
Who wants to get me pregnant?
It's medical misogyny to say.
You're right.
It is.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in.
They want you to get in there real young before you know what you're doing.
Right, and like your whole
the
life.
JP Mill. Listen, the people who say that the JP Millers, it's the Diddies, it's the Josh Duggars, it's the Jason Raperts. Get them out of here.
Get them out. Die. But not you guys. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Pandora makes it easy for you to find your favorite music. Discover new artists and genres by selecting any song or album, and we'll make you a personalized station for free. Download on the Apple App Store or Google Play and enjoy the soundtrack to your life.
At Strayer University, we help students like you go from, is it possible, to anything is possible by offering access to up to 10 no-cost gen ed courses, so you can reach your goals affordably and fast. Visit strayer.edu to learn more. No-cost gen eds provided by Strayer University affiliate Sophia. Eligibility rules apply. Connect with us for details. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Chev and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.